Citizens of the Reject Nation, we are back here today because we got ourselves a trailer, another one, for The Flash. So, of course, join with John Humphrey. John, how are you?
I am super excited, sir.
Coy Jandro.
Flashtastic, ready to go.
Follow Coy on social media. He lives and breathes it like a monstrosity. What is that thing called in Man of Steel again? My God. The World Engine. He is like the World Engine, just sucking up all the hate comments all the time.
The real supervillains.
If you can do me a solid, this would be a great favor if you could just do this for me. If you could speed on over to that like button, just like the Flash, that would be amazing. I'm so excited for this movie because James Gunn will not stop talking about it. Speaking of James Gunn and Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm transitioning here, ladies and gentlemen. Do you guys remember a couple months ago, John Campea, Christian Harloff, and I, we teamed up at Flappers Comedy live in Burbank to talk Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania spoilers. It was one of the best moments of my YouTube career. Ended up talking with so many fans during the show and after. It was such a highlight. So we thought we'd re-team again for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So on Sunday, May 7th, 5 o'clock p.m., we are returning to Flappers. Tickets are now available. We've already been selling, and it's been going great. But also, if you can't make it in person, which is the ideal way to go, we are also going to be having pay-per-view links as well, so you can stream in. We'd love to have you in attendance. Guys, are you ready for this Flash trailer?
So ready.
Let's go.
I lost my parents.
We know.
Pain made me who I am. I spent a lifetime trying to right the wrongs of the past. As if fighting crime would bring my parents back.
Cool. Oh, so that is him right there.
Yeah, it must be.
You actually did it.
Oh, shit.
You actually did it.
I can't imagine what you've been through.
Suit looks great moving.
I love you, Monkey. You lost both parents in one day.
Barry! Call 911 now!
I went back in time to save my parents. But instead, I completely broke the universe.
Oh.
World Engine.
Change the past. This world must die.
Dang.
You changed the future.
Do you know what this symbol stands for?
Means hope, right?
How did you know that?
I will help you fight Zod.
You want to get nuts?
Let's get
nuts.
Let's get nuts.
Sweet.
2 flashes right there confirmed.
I have to undo what I did.
These scars we have
Gotta let her go.
make us who we are. We're not meant to go back and fix them.
Yes.
Don't let your tragedy define you.
Whoa.
Man, this is so harrowing.
Oh.
Oh, awesome.
Dang.
That John Wick cape.
Yeah. Batman Continental.
Look at him go.
Do. We're not going to be able to fix this. No! Nobody dies!
Interesting.
Damn.
Holy shit. Awesome.
Yes, the two bands.
Oh.
That's
Dang.
great. That's great.
You're strapped to your parachutes.
Where's yours?
No.
So much bat symbolism.
Oh, right in front of the moon.
Man.
How beautiful.
What
Love
a
it.
gorgeous film.
Love it.
Oh, the
Love
back
it.
hell in the Flash suit is so pretty every time.
I think we should go frame by frame, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
think
Let's
we
do it.
should.
I remember the first time we saw the trailer, we didn't know for sure if this was him, but this must be him when they first show up. And then he gets a bitchin' billionaire haircut.
That's how it's done.
So that way he can look like that
That's
later
right.
on.
Be a whole montage where he's crying as they're cutting his hair.
It looks like fanfic brought to life to me.
It
Just to
is
see him.
so much joy of nostalgia. Okay, so these suits, I think they're all the same, but that blue and gray is just so
it's
perfect on the
beautiful.
left.
Which one?
The
This
blue,
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, second from the left.
I hope we see it in action.
Me too.
What was so great about this particular trailer was the first one was so fun. This leaned more on that grief element that Barry is struggling with, and I loved the identification that they hone in on with both Batman and the Flash. a quality that, you know, they both lost their parents. It's a very superhero quality to have to endure. This really shows you that heart that I feel like Andy Muschietti would be actually great at bringing to life while bringing spectacle into the equation too. Because at the end of the day, what makes a lot of these superhero movies when they're truly great is having that level of emotion and heart. And I thought this trailer honed in on that perfectly.
The dichotomy between Batman going towards grief and vengeance and eventually him getting towards optimism and hope. I love that Barry is so optimistic through this. And he, like he says, he succeeds. He did save his parents through fighting crime, but then he has to unwrite it. He has to undo the thing Batman's always tried to do.
Yeah, but we know he's not going to. We know he'll make the right call in the end. He's going to shoot his mom in the head.
Yeah, he's going to crush her head with his bare hands.
That's what I'm saying. He has to undo the success. He has to end the thing that was the accomplishment. It's brutal.
Well, and for as much of a meme as it is of like, oh man, this is shaping up to be a real Batman movie, like it does make a lot of thematic sense, and I'm excited for how they hone in more personally on that debate between the two of them about, you know, what to do with the timeline and you know, holding on to that memory of your parents to such a degree that you would go to this extent.
Did we get a look at the Speed Force before in the last trailer?
I think really briefly, this is a much longer look. We can see the Matrix like bullet time around it, which I don't think we saw.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can catch any little glimpses in here. As I remembered, and like, what is this thing forming right there at the end? Is he just? I look like a.
It looks like a little ghost of him.
I couldn't tell if it was like a creature or something like that.
Turning into a phoenix.
But I do think in
there's
this
a symbolism right here, or it looks like an actual design of something is appearing right here.
He's passing through a sonic ring. That's also in the universe.
I would say in this we're going to see a lot of flashes of other multiverses, though. I think they're cutting away, but there's going to be images. I think we're going to get other worlds in that sequence.
Yeah, well, and at the very end, it has the blue lightning, so I wonder if that's like symbolic of this Flash with the yellow lightning arriving in the timeline we're most familiar with, or something like that.
Oh, that makes sense.
And the classic slide is so great. I love that.
Yeah, these look like IMAX shots.
Seriously.
Yeah, I recognize an IMAX camera.
And the recontextualization of all the Man of Steel stuff is a really cool, like going really in depth with that in this trailer is... I didn't realize like how much this is going to be sort of like, oh, just on the other side of this situation, you know.
Not to open it up because I'm scared to, but what if this is so good? Not only do they keep Ezra, but it does allow for the Snyder world to exist as a parallel timeline, because this looks like it could either end it or allow for it, which is interesting.
Well, the one thing that I'm really hoping for that they do here is because Zod looks like the bad guy again, and it feels like this is, you know, they're doing Man of Steel remake at this point.
Sure.
But I'm wondering if the movie will allow time to flesh out Zod or have Zod be something different or interesting, because you're going to kind of compare his presence here to what he did in Man of Steel. And is he just going to be, did they just bring back Michael Shannon to rehash, you know, what he already did, but on a much smaller level? And when looking at the destruction, because it's like, this is the destruction within the city, but later on in the trailer, and especially this moment, it looks like they fight actually out in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where there are no people.
Yeah. Smart call. Smart call.
Muschietti learning from the message boards. That line again, to have Supergirl say hope is or imply that's the symbol, is wonderful, because I really think there's a presence to her I'm excited to see on screen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just even these tight little glimpses, she just looks like such an intense character, at least in this representation. And I can't wait to see what Sasha Calle does with it.
It's pretty cool that they brought this line back.
I got two feelings. One, I love it because it gives me the warmth. But two, he says that as Bruce Wayne and it's at the Joker. It's out of context. It makes no sense logically, but it's okay because it's fun.
I don't know who he's saying it to.
Not
in
the
this
Joker.
moment. I wonder if it's because in the Flashpoint comic is when you know, Batman tries to help him get his powers back, Barry Allen.
The electricity scene's the next scene.
Because it seems like through it is circumstances that at some point both of them will have powers. Both Barrys will have the Flash powers.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if that's what he's talking about, is like, I'm going to strike you with lightning.
Yeah, I'm going to raise you into my Bat Frankenstein, you know, spire.
Because, you got like two very different Flash suits here.
I love the one with the
you got
cowl.
like a roided out one.
You've got a bat cowl Flash. He's wearing a bat suit painted red.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
he's got,
God,
Like 1,000%.
And he's got the yellow, like, that's basically a street sign drawn on. So this is Bat Flash on the right. So I assume he's the Flash.
This is our Flash from Man of Steel time.
Yeah, and
sure.
he's imported into the world, and that's the suit he borrows.
Yeah.
Because those are the abs from Batman Returns,
And he's got the blue lightning and he's got the yellow lightning.
which is the leads credence to your theory about the lightning landing.
Yeah.
Hey. And Credence, good reference to another Ezra Miller character.
Ah.
Slowing this footage down, Supergirl's taking Barry up to... I wonder if she's trying to help him get his powers here.
I wonder if it fails in the Batman version,
Yeah.
and Supergirl brings him straight to the source.
Because I'm like, why the hell is she bringing him up to the sky?
Straight into the stratosphere.
But,
We need to find the nearest thunderstorm
because
barrier.
you got lightning in there too, so I
Yeah.
feel like she's trying to help him get his powers back there.
Or
And
he
then-
dies, and they have to jolt him back to life. Like, he looks very unconscious.
Yeah.
Like he dies doing the experimental way, and she has to bring him
Yeah.
up, and it gets to work.
Oh yeah. We need more lightning.
This didn't do it.
We
Let's
need
try
bigger
again.
organic lightning.
Free range lightning. And the blue and orange here is gorgeous just from like a visual aesthetic style, because you've got all these blue and oranges with the two flashes, but the explosion here with the Kryptonian technology and the Earth technology clashing. So you've got blue and orange with this force field, you got blue and orange with the explosion, you've got like, this is just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's true.
It's a
Good
nice
call.
thematic earmark.
Yeah, this looks freaking torturous when he's trying to get his powers back.
And in Flashpoint, they have to do it a few times, so it's got to be rough.
Well, and I do appreciate that in this imagery, they do keep still some of that Snyder aesthetic, like especially when he's screaming and being zapped by lightning. Like, that looks like something straight out of ZSJL or something like that, you know? So even though it's not like clear that that's still part of the universe, they're still homaging it pretty heavily.
That's why I'm wondering if they're going to keep the universe going through this. And like I was talking about the multiple flashes here, I love that they've a long-haired Flash symbolizing one ideal of Flash, and then the short-haired Flash. But you've also got that with the Batmans. Like, we just saw Ben Affleck talking about his grief and his experience. Then we've got Michael Keaton on his knees soon thereafter. So the duality of Batmans with the way vengeance is what they became, but the Barry's optimism is what he became. So you've got a vengeful long-haired Barry, and then you've got our Barry who discovers hope through adversity, but Batman never found that fully, which is a really beautiful dichotomy between a pair of Flashes and a pair of Bats.
Yeah, you know what? Batman would totally die in this fight. I don't care what anyone says.
But it's cool looking.
I don't care how cool
is
Batman
cool.
is. There's three. There's several Kryptonians. Like,
Yeah.
he would totally die. This guy's like 90.
And he's like, yeah,
way he would
Batman
die.
beyond years old.
No way this guy would survive.
Oh, in this moment here.
Oh yeah, doing the doing the Lucasfilm bumper version of all the different Justice League logos. And then the air cut will be the post-credit scene. It'll be great.
Did you catch that? Look at that.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
100%.
beautiful.
That was
I was focused on Batman diving there.
no, yeah, that moon shot is gorgeous.
That's a great shot.
Yeah. Well, that's
It's
the
straight
thing.
from the '89 movie.
Yeah.
And this has so much of both the movie history of the Batman stories, but also it just has so many shots that really feel like that dark gothic comic book sort of vibe too, along with all the stuff that harkens to the Snyder Verse.
And Muschietti, I said it in the first trailer, but he grabs a comic frame and makes it happen. And he did Tim Burton with Batman. He's doing Snyder when his Snyder scenes, but also the Muschietti's clearer in this trailer. Like you said with the grief, there's a lot more of Muschietti's style mixed with Snyder's, mixed with Burton's to make this great splash page. It's
Yeah.
stunning.
All right, guys. Well, what'd you think about this trailer for The Flash? Are you excited? Are you prepared to read all the leaks that come out after CinemaCon already airs this for so many people?
Are you ready to mute every single related word on Twitter?
Get
Movie's
ready
out
for
today.
it, guys. Get ready for it. Jeez, I don't know why they did that. Well, leave your thoughts down below. Be sure to subscribe. Leave a like if you want to attend the event that I'm doing. That would be very much appreciated. Follow this guy on social media. I'll see you guys soon.